Welcome into the PHNX Bets Daily Podcast presented by the DraftKings Sportsbook app, an official sports betting partner of the NBA. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Leave us a 5-star review. I'm Johnny Venerable, joined by the lovely Leah today. No Shane as he's en route for the Pac-12 tourney in Las Vegas. Leah, how are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on. Not at all a last resort.
Leah, you are always my first choice for everything. Leah is usually behind the scenes making us look fantastic here on the show. She's also the co-host of PHNX Coyotes. Check that out. We're going to be talking a little bit of hockey, but we got to start with the breaking news off the top of the hour. Russell Wilson, a quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks, no longer as he is being traded to the Denver Broncos. Now, you might be saying to yourself, Johnny, what does that have to do with the betting landscape of things? And what I would tell you is this. The Seattle Seahawks, moving forward, are now the poverty franchise organization in the NFC West. For those of you who were reluctant to give Kyler Murray an extension, think about this. Drew Lock is headed back to Seattle. This means next season, Cliff Kingsbury, Steve Keim, Kyler Murray, with all of their faults, get 4 games against Drew Lock and Trey Lance combined. That means you just got to somehow split with the LA Rams. So if you're looking at the DraftKings Sportsbook app, likely right now, and I just checked before the show, future odds have been removed for both the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. But Leah, when those odds become available, hammer those unders for Seattle, because again, we remember what life was like once upon a time. Before Russell Wilson, before Matt Hasselbeck, Sean Alexander, the Seahawks were, in a lot of ways, the dysfunctional Cardinals. So what is your initial reaction to this move?
Well, I didn't know this was happening at all. And then I got a text about it and I said, who? Like, I thought Russell Westbrook. Like, I didn't know what was happening. So my initial thought is I first saw the Aaron Rodgers signing and thought, oh, well, there goes Denver's dream of getting him. And then this happened. Yeah. So my initial thought is a big day for the folks over at DNVR.
Yes. Our brothers and sisters at DNVR, who, by the way, Saul Bookman and I, the GM, spent last week at the Combine with, as they had to talk themselves, Leah, into the subpar, let's call them subpar prospects in this draft class at the quarterback position. No longer. They get a future Hall of Famer, a perennial Pro Bowl quarterback. And I would imagine now, if you look at the future odds for this Denver Broncos team, even in the loaded AFC West, they will be considered a favorite to win the Super Bowl next year. Now, the details of this deal are still coming out. A lot of draft picks. Drew Lock, I'm not sure if any other players of note are going back, whether it's Jerry Jeudy or Javonte Williams, but the Broncos are contenders. The Seahawks are now pretenders, and we're going to have more on this today, 3 p.m. PHNX Cardinals Live with myself and Saul Bookman, breaking down how this Russell Wilson trade affects the landscape of the NFC West. But if you're watching this show and you're an Arizona Cardinal fan, it is very good news. Speaking of good news, last night, your boy essentially went 3 for 4 in his picks. Lee, do you have my picks from last night by chance?
Yeah, let's pull them up.
So Sixers, cha-ching, they were huge winners last night. The Spurs look fantastic. Now, the only issue that I had yesterday were the Warriors at +8. But again, 2 for 3. And then also my player prop, Shane said we could count this. LeBron James under 30.5 points. Now, LeBron didn't play. But I said before the show, LeBron is V-tired. And if he does play, he's not going to hit 30.5 points. So if you would have bet that on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, you would have just gotten your money back. But Shane said we could count it because he is a very tired boy, that being LeBron James.
I thought you meant Shane.
Well, Shane is also very – do you know where Shane is, by the way? Is he in Vegas right now?
He's in a car on the way. Yeah.
He's getting ready to cover the Pac-12 tournament, and they're there for how long are they in Las Vegas for?
Till Sunday, which seems like a very long time to be in Las Vegas.
I was just in Indianapolis for 7 days, and now they go to Las Vegas for 5 days.
Yeah.
So now, man, PHNX on the move. We're excited about that. We're crossing our fingers for an ASU AU round 2 game of the Pac-12 tournament.
Johnny?
U of A. All right. This is not my bread and butter. I have no allegiance to either university. Leah, full transparency.
You're forgiven.
All right. I've done enough talking. Please tell me who you like tonight on the NHL slate, Miss Leah?
Okay, so for NHL, I have the Colorado Avalanche puck line against the New Jersey Devils tonight. Colorado is just a way better team, and New Jersey has been subpar this year. So take Colorado. I got the Coyotes money line. I know that might be a shock. The Coyotes have kind of been hot lately. And they've been winning games in the last 10 days or so. Detroit, fringe playoff team, not going to make it this year, most likely. And if you watch the PHNX Coyotes postgame show, you know that we have a punch card. And if the Coyotes win tonight, the colors of the punches, if the Coyotes win, will make a Connect Four. So the fan base is collectively cheering for this win for that alone. And then lastly, we have the Anaheim Ducks money line. They are playing the Blackhawks tonight. Blackhawks, boo. Anaheim,
boo.
Yay. So some plus money picks, which I kind of like. So that's what I have for the NHL tonight in terms of picks.
Love those picks. If I knew anything about hockey, I would double love them. But the Coyotes playing good hockey as the season progresses.
Good for the Coyotes.
Good for the Coyotes.
They won 8-5 the other day against Ottawa, and one player had 7 points in that game. Which
was that their season high? Eight goals.
Yeah. Oh, by far. Usually they have 8 goals against. So we'll take it.
Excellent. So we have breaking news here. Again, Russell Wilson has been traded to the Denver Broncos. And according to NFL Network's Peter Schrager, Shelby Harris, defensive tackle, quarterback Drew Lock, Barf, a noted offensive star that we don't have a name yet for. So it could be a receiver, could be Jerry Jeudy, Javonte Williams, and 4 picks total. I would expect at least 2 ones, if not 3. Again, this is great news for the Cardinals. The Seahawks were already in shambles, even with Russell Wilson. Their franchise and the roster is in complete rebuild mode. So the Arizona Cardinals next year, everybody wants to know why they're bringing back Cliff and Keim and why Kyler Murray may or may not get paid. He's going to get paid. It's because the Seahawks are in big time trouble. Okay, so I don't have any football picks today, which is unfortunate, but we are going to start dabbling into some draft odds here as we get closer to the last weekend in April. But I do have some NBA nuggets. I'm going to keep rolling as after a 3-for-4 night last night. Leah, here is who I like tonight in a rather robust NBA slate of games. Do we have my graphic maybe? There it is. Suns at Magic. So the Suns are off a difficult loss at Milwaukee. I think they rebound and take care of business against a really bad Magic's team at 16-49. The Suns are just too good of a team, even without Chris Paul and maybe Devin Booker, to not take care of business. Deandre Ayton's been unstoppable. The Magic have no answer for him. And then I actually like the Nets also tonight against the Hornets. Both teams, identical records, 32-33. Are the Nets going to get their act together? This number's actually jumped up to -4 since I posted this. So grab it now if you can. Kyrie Irving is going to play. It's a road game. He's allowed to play. And Charlotte, I'm just not buying them long-term in this playoff race. The Nets have to get their act together. When will we see Ben Simmons? I don't believe it's going to be tonight. And then the Warriors. The Warriors are in shambles. They've lost 4 straight. They are in jeopardy of losing the 3 seed in the Western Conference. They host the fledgling Clippers. They're a 5.5-point favorite. I think they roll. Hopefully Steph Curry is back tonight. Sounds like he will play. But to me right now, the Warriors are trying to bide their time until the return of Draymond Green, but they can't lose too much in the standings. Ideally, the perfect matchup is for them to be the 3 seed, so then the Suns could potentially avoid them, and then I believe the Grizzlies and the Warriors would have to play each other in the semifinal round of the Western Conference playoffs, assuming both teams got that far. So if you're thinking that far ahead, which we are, that would be ideal. So those are the picks I like tonight, Lee. I'm going with 3 favorites.
Love it. I didn't choose any NBA picks, but I do have an NBA prop. Can I share that?
I would love that.
Okay, so this one was actually, I'm going to be very transparent. I called Shane and I said, help, I'm going to be on bets. I need Suns.
Help!
So this is via Shane. Deandre Ayton over 18.5 points.
Ooh, that feels like free money.
Yeah.
Holy
and
Lord.
I know I'm not the NBA expert on this network, but given the fact that Chris Paul is out and Cam Johnson just had a huge game the other night, you feel like, all right, it has to be DeAndre Ayton's turn to have a big night.
Yeah.
So over 18.5 points on the DraftKings Sportsbook app.
I'm a big fan of that. That's a great pick. I like that more than my pick. My pick is a little bit more out there, a little bit more on the edge. It is plus 600. Here's what I'm going with tonight. One prop, John Morant, CJ McCollum. They're going head-to-head. I think both of them have 30-plus points. I think it is going to be an offensive explosion in Memphis as the Pelicans travel. And I think we're going to see both superstars take off with 30-plus points. As of right now, Memphis is a 6.5-point favorite, but the Pelicans have been playing really well. They won on Sunday night in overtime, and McCollum, of course, is a big part of that. So both of those scoring machines hit plus 30. It's plus 600. So again, good rule of thumb. You lay $100 on that, you win, and the payout is 600. And of course, you can do that, Leah. Don't know if you knew this or not, at the DraftKings Sportsbook app. And speaking of that, ready to feel the excitement of Conference Championship Week like never before? Turn your team's victory into your own big win with the DraftKings Sportsbook app, one of America's top-rated sportsbook apps. New customers can bet just $5 on any team to win their game, and you get $200. I almost said $100. You actually get $200 in free bets if they do. It's that simple. If they win, you win. DraftKings Sportsbook customers can also bet on college hoops with same-game parlays, combine multiple bets from the same game for an even bigger payout. The more legs you add, the more money you can win. DraftKings is safe, secure, and reliable. And best of all, you can deposit and withdraw your cash whenever you want. It's a call to action. You download that DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use that promo code PHNX. Again, bet $5 on any college hoops team to win their game. You get $200.
Arizona is a good way to get that money easy.
If you're new, bet on Arizona, according to Leah. But you got to do that on the DraftKings Sportsbook app, 21 and over. Arizona only, the state that is. Gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. New customer only. You do have to bet, deposit $5 minimum, which is good news for you as it relates to this promo. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Leah, what's on the docket for Coyotes tonight? Anything?
So the Coyotes play the Red Wings today at 5:30 Arizona time. PHNX Coyotes will have a post-game show right after the game ends. So tune in for that here on the PHNX Sports YouTube channel.
Love that. And of course, you can check out all of the phenomenal written content from my many talented peers and myself at gophnx.com. Become a member for just 50 cents for the first month, $8.99 for the subsequent months, or you can splurge a little bit in the short term and pay half of the year up front, and it covers you for the full year of just under $60. And you can get a free t-shirt from the PHNX merchandise locker, just like my Kyler Murray head t-shirt, PHNX Cardinals. Check that out at the PHNXlocker.com. And speaking of PHNX Cardinals, Saul Bookman and I will be live today at 3 p.m. to talk all things Russell Wilson out of the NFC West. We're also going to talk about Kyler Murray, which I thought I was going to lead the show with, Leah, de-scrubbing his Instagram account. He's back. Maybe he knew Russ was out of town, so he's back in. A lot of moving parts. That's why you got to love the NFL season, the off season, I should say. You got to love PHNX Bets Daily. Leah, thanks so much for hopping on today.
Of course. Anytime. Anytime,
anywhere.
I got you. I'm here. And Johnny,
here.
One day when we plan this further in advance, I will help you with hockey betting. How about that?
Yes, I need a tutorial. We should have you on right before the NHL playoffs, and you can give us
you, me, and PD. That would be fun.
Yes, we do need to do that. Diversify. I need to be taught because God knows if I try to talk hockey on this show, it will be abruptly canceled. But for now, check us out, PHNX Bets Daily, tomorrow at noon. We'll see if Shane's live from the Pac-12 tournament. If not, Leah, she could be back. One of my many talented
It's a mystery.
Peers. It is. It's a mystery, but we're going to be here regardless every day at noon, unless we're not. See you guys tomorrow.